Welcome to Cackling in the Void.
I'm Kaylee,
I'm Ashley.
and let's see if the void echoes back today.
Welcome back. Today we're going to be covering chapters 28 and 29 of Fourth Wing. Both of them were really big chapters, so we just condensed it into two.
Yeah, and not only were they big chapters, I think a lot of really big things happen within these two chapters that are pretty monumental for the world.
Yes, I agree. I agree. So do you want to get started, or do you want to tell our lovely fans anything before we get started?
Um, I don't know. You know what? You guys should go over and check out Ashley's page. She's really been killing it lately. Like, she's just an inspiration, and I think that everybody should really, prop their friends up. And me and my little, like, I hate everything, but I kind of like Ashley thing. I don't know
Oh,
why. It's definitely a thing, but,
I love
So,
you,
that's
Kaylee.
kind of it.
And also go.
Uh,
Did you see that?
oh, can I do it too? Why does it only happen on your side? I'm upset.
Did it get it a thumbs up? No. Why this heart?
Is it
How do
because
you not
are
get
you
it?
me? I was like, do I need to do like the other heart? What, this
Oh, I
heart?
can't even do that heart, bro.
All of the hearts? This heart is hard. My arms,
Ow, I
my
can't even do
thumb
that with my back.
or this?
I don't know why I could just do it. Is it
I
the
don't know.
stupid, like, no. Yep, it is. It's like the new iOS update where, like, it's like, oh, here's, like, emojis for it.
Must be so cool to have like an iOS that actually updates.
I don't know what they are. Also, to the viewers that are just listening, we were playing around and my screen all of a sudden had like emojis on it. I was very confused,
Yes. Specifically heart
but everything's
emojis,
okay.
which is why we're trying to do different hearts.
Also, going back to the topic, everybody needs to go follow Kaylee because she just made a really, really cool outfit, and that was a really fun little series to watch.
I love that you loved that.
I also
And
loved it. People were commenting.
getting back to it. Um
Chapters 28 and 29.
yeah, chapter 28 and 29. Ashley has a very long excerpt that I hope she's been loading this whole time.
Oh,
Which
I've
I
been
know that.
waiting. It's right there.
Oh, wow. Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Oh,
Crazy.
wow.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow. So it starts off chapter 28, and it's not even starting it technically. The beginning excerpt is about war games, but then more specifically, it kind of gets into to know how to strike, you have to understand where your enemies, your friends, are most vulnerable. No one stays friends forever. Eventually, those closest to us become our enemies in some way, even if it's through well intentioned love or apathy, or if we live long enough to become their villains. Seems kind of
Yeah,
important to me.
it does seem important. I mean, especially like right now, like they're just going into war games, you know? They're just
Hmm.
going into war games. That's kind of like the start of like this chapter is like, them doing war games. Like, yes, technically we just left the outpost with Mira, but these are
Excuse me.
um,
No,
you
sneeze.
know,
Anyway, please
w-
continue.
we just we just left Mira, which is kind of where this chapter starts out is like, how's everybody feeling after they leave. And I just think that it's important because it's one of those things where it's like you don't know who your friends are, especially right now. I feel like Violet has a lot of sway with who she thinks her real friends are, especially because, you know, she's had such an up and down relationship with Dane about, you know, are we friends? Are we not friends? Do I want to fuck him? Do I not want to fuck him? The kissing was bad. Is this worth hanging on to? Like, where am I? Like, do I hate him? At this point, there's like a lot of resentment, I feel like, coming out from Violet's side, which is
I
interesting
agree.
to
I
see
completely agree.
because Violet is not really a resentful person at all.
Yeah, and it's yes, I agree that it's very interesting to see, and also the part where it's like, oh, if you live long enough, you'll become their villains. Kind of how it's like, no matter what, this is going to happen, and I find that really interesting. And it's also just on how this world and like the people in the world view their world, especially people in the college. I think it's just really interesting on how they view their world and their people.
Yeah, and then just to know that, like, you know, technically, if you've lived long enough to become their villains, it also, like, you could look at, you know, Violet and Jack's relationship. Because he is, like, technically she is his villain, for
Yeah,
lack of
for sure.
better terms, you know?
Hmm.
So, all kind of interesting things, but we're coming into the opening start of the chapter, and Violet actually gets up before Liam does. Crazy.
Yeah, I know. Because I guarantee you Liam is up as soon as he can be to go be waiting for her.
Yeah, but I also just feel like because that there was such a rush to get out of like that, like the post with Mira, like how do I put, I'm trying to like, technically they did say that the ride on A Flight with a Dragon is over a day, correct? Or like 15
Yes.
hours or something like that. So,
Yep.
you know, if you
It's one
think
day
about it,
flight back to Basgiath and then one excruciating long day of silence. So it's been 2 days since they
yeah,
left Montserrat.
which is kind of crazy to think about. And I'm just assuming that there's a lot to like process and to sit in. And also, like, who knows what time of day this is, if, you know, it,
Hmm.
where everything is. But, you know, she ends up waking up before Liam and then
Hmm.
going to sit in front of, is it Melgren's office?
Yeah. Melgren? I think so.
Um, it's either
I think
that
so,
or
yeah.
Kaori. So
It's
pick a
Melgren.
teacher,
I just listened to it.
any teacher.
So then, she's waiting there, and she's been waiting there for, hours. Like, presumably, she's been waiting there for hours, like, wanting to know what's happening. And then Zayden comes out, and it's just in the hallway, like, you still hate me? Like,
Yeah,
he, and
and
he's
then
holding, water. Or, sorry, what's the brown
coffee.
liquid people drink? Coffee. That, yes.
Coffee. He brought her
Yeah, he's
coffee.
holding 2 mugs of coffee.
Coffee.
Coffee. That's what I said.
Coffee. I apologize to our listeners in advance. I'm feeling quite spunky, so um also just like what a touching what a touching moment that
Yeah, a touching moment. What's this moment, Kaylee? Care to explain?
coffee, you know, coffee, um coffee,
Coffee?
coffee. Okay. I think that it's quite touching and very endearing that he's bringing her coffee in the morning, especially
Hmm.
when it seems like it's so early that most people are not even awake.
Yeah. Yeah. And, they end up having, like, this really, like, I don't know another word or saying, but, like, heart-to-heart conversation?
Hmm.
Does that make sense? Like,
Yeah,
they're
I would say.
they're just talking about how, like, he's joking, like, "Oh, do you still hate me?" And she's like, "Absolutely." Because, he pulled her away from her sister. She really wanted to stay at Montserrat to protect Mira, and he was like, "Yeah, absolutely not."
I mean, I absolutely agree with him. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Like,
same.
if we actually break this down, irrational. She was
He's
being
like, "Please
so
wait, please
irrational.
hold."
Irrational. She was literally being so irrational. Because, like,
Mhm.
she, if she can't hold her seat, and let alone take somebody, like, down on a mat without really, like, having a backup to poison them, girl, no. You're gonna die.
Yes. And then Mira's
That
gonna
is
be
what
worried,
it
and
is.
she's gonna die, and then Zayn is gonna
Mhm.
die. It'll be a whole thing.
Yeah, you're gonna cause everybody to die because you felt like you wanted to be a hero, to be quite honest. Um,
Yeah.
am I wrong though?
No.
um,
I see where her mindset was in the sense of, like, let's say you were there and I was there and you were like, "Mira," and I was like, "Hey, like, I don't wanna leave, like, I can't leave Kaylee here." You know what I mean? Like, this doesn't, like, I get that point of view. But she's still being stupid. I agree with this. But I understand where her mind was at in the sense of, like, this is my sister. Why would I leave her when I could stay and help, even though she can't really help, but still that mindset of, like, oh, I can help. You know what I mean?
I understand that, and I do think that it is quite admirable to have that type of mentality, but it's also like kind of comes back to the point that I was saying is very much a you're going to kill other people
Oh,
due
yes.
to not having the skills.
Yeah. And that's why I'm glad she left. Like, they didn't write it where she did stay and help, because we all know that that would not have gone well. And, like, we wouldn't want it to be a fake, oh, look, she could do it because she's the main character.
I do like how she writes this book, how you do see a bit of plot armor, but it's not so she's not so heavily armored that you think that she's not breakable, if that makes any
Yes.
sense.
Yeah. Like, it's obviously because every book has plot armor. If you didn't have plot armor, the book would go nowhere. And, like, you really wouldn't care about things happening because if there's no plot armor, nothing's going to happen. But then if there's too much on the opposite side, then you're not going to care because you know that they're going to make it out alive because plot armor. And I can name a couple series that we've read that happens, but we can get into that another time when we're reading those books. Comment down below what books
Yes.
you think they are. Anyway.
Yes, you should comment, and then
See if you're
we'll
right.
pause and I will try not to scream before I answer any of those comments.
But I feel like this book does have a good amount of plot armor in the sense of you have a feeling that they're gonna make it out because they're the main character and stuff like that, but also, like, what is gonna happen? Because it does seem more like she's not gonna, or she might kill off those characters. And I know that in her previous books, we have not read any other books besides for the Fourth Wing series. But in her previous books, I know that she has killed off characters and that she is known for being kind of like a cutthroat author. And because of that, cutthroat author.
I
I don't
couldn't
know, man.
tell
We haven't read.
because we haven't read the other ones.
Yeah, as I said, cutthroat. She's known for being a cutthroat author. That's what I meant, in quotes. But
Mhm.
so we don't know if that is true. We don't know about any of that. But I just feel like from how it is written, I could see her killing off some characters.
Which I'm very excited for.
I'm so excited for her. I am all
I
here.
think
Commit to killing off your characters, please. Like, if the book doesn't call for it, or if it's a random death, but like if it leads up to it, if it works out so perfectly, commit to killing them all. What the heck is happening?
you know what? I absolutely agree, Firework Ashley. I agree. Because that was perfect. Perfectly timed.
Thank
Amazing.
you.
Go
Thank you, thank
iOS.
you.
Let's go.
No idea what
Because
that
I would
was, but
agree.
that's
I
okay.
think that if more authors really did commit to killing off certain characters when it felt right instead of keeping them alive for the sake of the fandom, I think it
Thank
would go
you.
better.
Yes, and I also think that if you do kill off a character, let them stay dead. I know there's some instances where I'm like, coming back did kind of work. I can't name many, but there's probably some cases where it does work out. But majority of the time, probably 98, 99% of the time, keep your characters dead, please, and thank you. I'm here for the torture and the sadness. Thank you for
I
coming to
think
my
that it
TikTok. I want the fireworks back. Where did it came from? Okay, well, I tried. Do you have anything to add on to my little TED Talk there, Kaylee?
not really. To be quite honest, the fireworks show really like dazzled me, and I was like, "Wow,
Like,
absolutely, let's go! Wow, stunning, amazing, wow."
literal fireworks, though.
I mean, the whole program agreed with you.
It really did. It really said, I agree. Good job,
Mm-hmm.
Ashley.
I agree. I agree. I agree. I agree.
I agree, I agree, I agree. So, in very long summary, killing characters off. But continuing into our book. Now, Violet is waiting to hear of Mira's death. Please continue. I was talking for a good chunk of time.
I mean, I like it when you talk, Ashley.
I also like it when you talk, Haley.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow. Okay. I'm gonna be serious from now on. I know that I already apologized earlier for being a little punk today. Um
Okay, fine. I'll continue, I guess.
I can do
So
it. I can
then,
do it. They do have a very endearing conversation in front of Melgren's office. A little heart to heart, but in the end, Violet still says that Andarna is her favorite because
yes, so she says that because Zayden is talking into her mind, and sorry, Zayden knows that she was up because Taryn told Sigale that she was awake and wasn't sleeping well, and so then she grumbles at Taryn saying, "Quit telling Sigale my sleeping habits." And then Taryn's like, "I'm not dignifying that demand with a response," and she just snaps back. And Darna's my favorite.
which I agree with her, and Darna is a lot of people's favorites, but we love how sassy Taryn is.
Yes, I love both of them in different ways.
As well as during this kind of conversation or interaction with Zayden, we kind of touched a little bit briefly about how it was very like sweet of him to bring her coffee and stuff. And she kind of follows up with like that same thought line about, I'm just so lucky that he's paying attention to me almost.
Mm-hmm.
It's very different because it almost feels like these moments to her are the moments when she latches on for any type of attention that Xaden will give her and kind of
Mm-hmm.
gives him like a pedestal to step onto in her eyes,
Mm-hmm.
because he ends up saying something and she asks him a question because she doesn't know how old he is.
Yep, so
And she
she asks
says,
him, oh, so he's like, oh, like, you haven't been sleeping well. And she's like, oh, you probably slept like a baby. Bet you been sleeping like a baby. And he just kind of says, like, oh, I haven't been sleeping well since the night my father left for Arabia to declare succession. And she's kind of shocked and goes, I don't even know how old you are. And then that's when she goes, like, Mira was right. I almost know nothing about him, and yet I feel like I know him. I feel like I know who he is in the very marrow of his bones.
which feel is very interesting because Mira made so many points about, hey, Violet, you need to be careful because you actually do not know who this man is at
Yeah.
all. You know nothing about him. I felt like Mira was the sister or even like the friend. You know when you like somebody new and you're just like telling your friend about them and you have rose-colored glasses on and then they ask you like very simply like, can you like tell me like 5 facts? And if you can't name 5 facts, at least 2. 2 facts that are personal to that person.
Mhm.
Anything. Their favorite color, their birthday, what they like to eat, how old they are, anything. Their last
Yeah.
name, anything. And she's immediately like, I feel like if Mira asked her those questions in the last chapter, the answer would be silence. Because she doesn't
I mean,
actually
she does
know.
know. Actually, she does know his last name.
Well, good fucking for her, but she literally still doesn't know how old this man is. And the fact that
No.
she is so emotionally attached to him to this point where she's like, I know
Mhm.
who he is. Like, I know it. And I'm like, okay.
Like, take a breath, girl.
I feel like Mira sometimes where I'm like, okay. Are you okay?
I
Or like
know.
Ree's like, did you live through the same situation that I did? Because I don't know if we did.
Oh, yeah. And then he does answer her, and he's like, "Oh, I'm 23. My birthday was in March." And she goes on like, "Oh, mine is in," and then he goes July, and he has a ghost of a smile. And then I made it my business to know everything there was to know about you the second I saw you on the parapet. And then she just retorts, "That's not creepy."
Are you
And
gonna say my favorite
then
line? Or are you gonna wait for me?
I guess, who would you like to say it?
I'm sorry. This line was so fucking hardcore. You can't ruin somebody if you don't know who they are.
Yeah,
Gold.
gold.
Gold. To be
Yeah,
quite
you
honest,
don't know how to ruin somebody without understanding them first. Like,
that line in and of itself, I could probably have a whole 8-hour TED talk about it. So buckle in, guys. Here we go.
I'm ready.
If you're talking about like ruining somebody, like, systemically, like, socially, economically. You need to know
Mhm.
everything about them, and that is what he did. And he did do it. And
Mhm.
it's very interesting that she's so willing to shrug it off, almost. Like,
Yeah.
she's like, yeah, that's kind of creepy, but also now it's my turn to get to know you, almost, in her mind.
Yeah.
But also, that's such a villain line. Like,
Oh, it is.
I
100%.
I want him to be like, or actually, you know what? It doesn't have to be a villain line. If any of our older audience has ever seen Sailor Moon and knows Tuxedo Mask, um, Tuxedo Mask could be saying this to Sailor Moon. You know, when she's like running around asking, "Who are you? Who are you?" I feel like Tuxedo Mask would say something very similar to this in like the phrasing and things like that. Only because that's the vibe. Like this very, we don't know who you really are type of character. But I loved it. I loved every
Yeah.
second of it. Thank you for coming to my
Absolutely.
talk. Please come back next week for part 2.
Actually, that wasn't 8 hours.
I know, that's because there's a part 2, you dumb bitch. Sorry. I shouldn't say that. I'm so
How dare you? I'm so offended.
I apologize to everybody. Once again, Kaylee is feeling like a little punk. She actually really likes Ashley, even though she makes fun of her quite often.
What would a friendship be? What would a best friendship be if you didn't make fun of each other?
Sad.
Yeah. Also, I'm also make fun of you, so I'm also a good target to make fun of, so I mean, very valid. Yeah.
Is it? Are you
Yeah.
gonna make a point of it? I was like, are you gonna go on? Because I can sit
Yeah,
back and let you take the wheel there.
I've slammed my own head in the door. I shut the door on my own head. It's
That's pretty
okay.
sad,
I am quite.
actually. That's pretty big.
It's actually really small. I have a smaller head than like a 12-year-old.
Well, that's because, 12-year-olds are bigger than you.
That is true. I'm a very tiny person. I did make it over 5 feet though. I am 5'1". Actually, I go to the doctors at least twice a month. I can tell you my height and my weight very, very quickly.
Mm-hmm.
I have a doctor's appointment tomorrow.
I love that for you. We
I
support
don't.
healthy, happy friends. And you should go to the doctor if
Healthy
something's
where?
wrong.
And I get to read all my blood work.
Ooh, congratulations. I'm so glad that you did
No,
it.
thank you. I've already read
Oh,
it. I've already read it. Huh?
side tangent. Ashley is petrified of needles. And yet, do you want to tell them what you chose to do as a career, Ashley? You know, swing it on in.
I'm going into nursing, but it's
Mm-hmm,
different.
mm-hmm.
It's different being stabbed by the needle and giving the needle. There's a
Yeah,
difference.
but can you
And
handle
also,
needles?
yeah, I've done eclipse, like I've poked eclipse, and then I've poked a horse, and it's fine.
Oh, wow.
I know. Look at me. But I hate needles. But, so sorry, you guys. This is a very big side tangent. I did my blood work within 2 minutes. It normally takes me 30 minutes to calm down. And I did it within 2 minutes. And I swear, this is why I say everybody needs to go to therapy. Because I have never, like, I had really, really bad anxiety back in high school. And it's been a couple
Only,
years since high school. What?
was it only back in high school?
No. But it peaked in high school. So then I
So did
would get,
Dad, the football player.
but he wasn't. That was a good one. I'm so sorry. That was a really funny joke. And I appreciated it so much. Okay. Good. Oh, kind of hope he's listening. Anyway, so then, what was I going to say? Oh, yeah. So then in high school, when I had to get blood work done and I had to, vaccines and stuff exist and I get them. So then I got the COVID vaccine. I know. I got the COVID vaccine and you can't have a fever. And I checked, I didn't have a fever when I left. We get there and I start having a panic attack. And I mean, I'm doing like tippy taps. I'm kind of dancing around because that's kind of, I like tippy tap. I kind of just like physically shake like the anxiety out. Like I just have to physically move for a couple minutes to kind of get it out of my system. So then I sit down and they're like, and they take my temperature and they're like, "You feeling okay?" And I was like, "I'm a bit nervous, but it's gonna be fine." In a panic attack, but like, it's fine. And they're like, "Are you sure?" They take my temperature like 4 times. They're like, "You have 102 fever." I'm like, "Oh, that's nice." So I had to step outside and like really calm down because I gave myself 102 fever because I panicked so bad. So then I got blood work done. It took like 30 minutes. The whole thing. I hate it so much. But then I got my blood work done this past week on Tuesday. And I walked into the room. I said, "Hey, I want to apologize in advance. I'm very nervous about needles." And I was like, "Okay, first of all, I'm way less nervous than I normally am. Second of all, the fact that I was able to communicate that as easily as I could because I was alone was great." So then I, took a minute, kind of just was talking with her, giving her the details. I was like, "Okay," and I sat down, and this was like incredible. I've never had this happen before with a needle. I literally, every therapist is like, "Take deep breaths and it'll make you feel better," and and I'm like, "Okay." So I literally it was so annoying. I hate when they tell me that, even though they're right. I love you, therapists. I sit there and I took 2 deep breaths and I had this wave of chills come over me and just calm. And I was like, "What was that? That was incredible." And I was like, "Do it." And she's like, "Okay, so do you have any pets?" And I just start talking about my pets and stuff. And I was like, it was literally a pinch. And I've noticed I'm more nervous about them not counting down and just stabbing me because I've had someone do that than the actual needle. But anyway, very long side tangent. It only took
Would
me
you
two
like to
minutes.
share how many months it took you just to go in and get your blood work done?
4. It took me 4 months because I was so nervous. But I was there to get hip x-rays and I was like, "Fuck it, fine, I'll do it. Fuck it. I don't care anymore. I'll do it." And I did it. And it wasn't bad. And I have to get a vaccine tomorrow. So I'm gonna see if this lives up. I will update you guys next week. I
I
like
don't
blood
even
work
know
more
where we
than
were. I'm
I
gonna be
don't even know
so
either. All I know is I like blood work better than vaccines because they
You
hurt
know
less.
what? today, guys. We're not going to talk about the book at all. We're just going to I'm just kidding. I'm sorry. We're going to get back on track now.
Yes, we are. So sorry. So sorry. So then, she's like, oh, that's not creepy. And she's like, oh, and then, Kaylee's favorite line is like, you can't ruin someone if you don't understand them first. And then she asks, like, is that still your plan? Like, what is your plan? Because she doesn't even know what his plan is anymore. Like, she still doesn't know his plan.
Did she ever know his plan?
No. But,
exactly.
I meant, like, even after all this, she's so enamored with him. And she's still like, he might murder me. Who knows? And she's still like, but it's kind of hot, though.
Exactly. Thank you for knowing what I was going to say.
So then, she blatantly asks him. Well, he says no. He does not want to murder her. And she was like, so what changed? When exactly did you decide not to murder me? Should I say this entire line?
That's up to you.
Do you like this line? It is written down.
I didn't write it down. You liked it
I
so
did
much
write it down.
and you wanted it in here. And you're asking me,
Okay.
do we want to read this?
Okay, I'll read it. My God. Okay. So then we are at a different energy tonight. But I'll read it out of spite. So then he responds, maybe it's when I saw Oren holding a knife to your throat, or maybe it's when I realized the bruises on your neck were fingerprints and I wanted to kill them all over again so I could do it slowly. Maybe it was when the first time I recklessly kissed you, or when I realized I'm fucked because I can't stop thinking about doing more than just kissing you. Doesn't even matter when, as long as it changed between us. Into her mind. What are your thoughts on that, Kaylee?
There are large points that he can recognize certain things that he likes about her in the way of there are certain points in their relationship that he can pick out of when he started to change his mind and change whatever his previous plan was for her, which I do appreciate a lot. I think that that's hot that he can remember that. Also, I think that it is so funny because for some reason, when I imagine him saying specifically this line, when he was like, or maybe it was the first time that I recklessly kissed you, or maybe when I realized that I couldn't stop thinking about you or stop wanting to kiss you because I wanted to do more than kiss you. I just imagine, I'm sorry for all the viewers that are listening, but for our YouTube people, they'll definitely understand what I'm saying.
I could do a play-by-play. I'm ready. Let's do it.
Okay. Are you ready to do the play-by-play?
Okay, I'm ready. She is turning.
It's
to
the
the
or
side
maybe I wanted to do something more than kiss you.
and does a, look like dropping her head, looking closer, like,
A
that look.
little, some like loving blinks in between, like,
Yeah, I see it. I could also I either see that or I see him get really like inching closer to her and saying it like and dropping his voice really low.
Yeah, for some reason, I also feel like the last line he like whispered to her almost.
Yes.
Like it was, I'm sure that it was very like, obviously not us like giggly little schoolgirls laughing about him being like, he said his feelings, ha ha. Like, but like a
We do
seductive
appreciate a
fantasy man
man
would.
knowing his feelings, though. What?
Because he was written by a woman. That's only why.
Oh, yes,
That's
absolutely.
the only reason why he knows how to think or what even emotions are.
Yeah, what are emotions? Are you laughing at me?
Just in general. I'm sorry. I don't know. I don't know what I'm laughing at anymore. Just in general, I was laughing. It's kind of a funny statement. I can tell you, I was written by a woman, so
I also was written by a woman.
crazy.
Wow. So then, he said that does it matter if it changes, even as long as it did. And he says that into her mind because they could talk through their minds now. And then she's like, don't do that. And then he's like, do what? Tell you I can't get you out of my head or speak directly into yours? And she's like, either. And he's like, you can learn to do it too. And it's just like, yeah, duh. Like, go do it, bro. Stop complaining. Go learn how to do it.
I think that it is hard for her to conceptualize how to do it
That's true.
because she's never had a connection like this, and she
That's true because
just
she does have Taryn
now.
and Sigale, but they talk first, and it kind of comes so naturally because bonds with dragons are different than a bond created to a person through a mated pair.
Yes, as well as I don't know how often she talks to Sigale. I thought she talked to Indarna and Taryn mostly, and that
Yes, she
every
does.
once in a
She's talked to
while
Sigale once.
Sigale chimes in
What?
there.
Yeah,
Every
every
once
once in
in
a
a
while. When I love when she does. I love her.
while. I also think that it is fun after like they have like that kind of interaction. My favorite, well, really not my favorite. Ashley's favorite character shows up.
Oh my gosh, just I've been waiting for this moment. I've really missed him. Wow,
Well, Dane
he is
appears
here.
and Zayd is.
You like this line.
I I kind of just loved the fact that I thought it was funny because Dane like sees Violet and is like basically, damn, you look like trash. Do you want to eat something?
Isn't that just so caring of him, though? This is why he's my favorite character. He just is so blunt and is so excited to tell her that she looks shitty. And he just wants to help her so much. Fuck Zayden. Go be with Dane. Zayden who? Look at Dane. He's right there. He thinks she looks like trash and wants her to go eat.
Zayden says in Violet's head, no, she doesn't want to fucking go eat, or else she would have.
Yeah.
And
And then
Zayden, sorry, and then Violet is like trying to like hold back and like tell him, don't be an asshole, like just trying,
knocked
and
that
she
the
just
fuck off.
replies with no.
Yeah.
Replies with like to Dane,
No,
no.
thank you.
I
And
don't
then
even know if she
Zayden,
said
because
thank you.
she does right here. No, thank you. So then Zayden, because she said the knock that the fuck off in his head, so he just goes, "Look who figured it out." Which, again, props to the narrator. She really did go, "Look who figured it out!" Like so into it.
I mean, it builds their relationship and the sarcastic nature and the playfulness of their banter a lot more than just. I'm not gonna lie, I don't think I would have nearly enjoyed this book as much if their flirting wasn't making fun of each other and bothering the shit out of each other.
Oh, I agree. I probably would have not wanted to finish the series.
Because we have read books where they are just in love and most of their conversation is of very little substance. It's just like, I like you, have a cupcake. I like you too, have a cupcake. And then they're just sitting there sharing a cupcake for the rest of the book. And you're like, cool. So, was the cupcake good?
Yeah, and it's also like I feel like for them to like in this series, Zayden and Violet, they do show them getting upset with each other and like holding each other to standards as well. You know?
We'll see.
We have to finish the series first.
We'll see. And after they have like that little fun interaction and Violet can finally speak into Zayden's head like he can to hers, Melgren walks out, or whichever teacher. She's not going to fact check me again. Oh, Markham. See, look, I was wrong. I was like, whoever teacher needs to come out and she'll fact check me eventually.
I knew it wasn't Kaori. I knew it started with an
M. Whatever teacher she just said, because I don't remember at this point.
Markham.
Markham comes out of his office and is like, what are you guys doing here? And she's like, please, sir, tell me if my sister's alive. And he's like, well, you know, that's against the rules, young lady, and we can't make exceptions. And then she's like, but please, sir, if it was already classified, we know, so please. And he's like, there were no casuals. Leave me the fuck alone and don't wait outside of my office again this early.
Yeah. That is basically word for word what happened.
I didn't know how else to say that, but yes, that is how I imagined Violet's voice at certain points of this book. It is, for sure.
Yeah.
And I hope our listeners never unhear that.
I hope so. I think that is now ingrained in their brain. That's really funny. And so then, Dane like catches her because he's a strong man and very much cares for her. And is like, hey, she's okay, Violet. Everything's okay. And just holds her for a minute and Zayden walks away. And she's, openly like, I will not cry. I will not break down. I will keep my control. I will not show weakness, not here. And she's like, there's only one place and one person that wouldn't chide me for crumbling. And then she steps out of Dane's arms and Zayden is gone. And then she goes out into like the field and like falls down and just starts sobbing and like repeating, she's alive, she's alive, she's alive. And then Adarna comes and just like lets Violet lean on her and just cries. And I'm like, I really do love Adarna.
I also love that Adarna seems to be very connected with her emotionally. And I know this is going to sound silly, but I think it's because they're both kids.
Yeah.
So where...
Because Violet's 20?
Yes, she's a child.
Yes.
Okay. I don't care. You just stopped being a teen and you want... Yeah, no, you're a child.
Which also, putting in perspective, they just stopped being a teenager and they're already in a, like, war college.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, continue your thoughts. That's all I wanted to say.
That and Darna and Violet seem to be on a very similar wavelength, especially when it comes to the emotional side of things and
Mm-hmm.
letting your feelings go, or like feeling your feelings. I think Andarna is really good that she encourages that, especially like on the flip side, we get Taryn with, you know, you're bleeding, stop it. You're embarrassing me. Learn how to pronounce my name because you're a dumb bitch. Like,
Yep.
um, be better, try hard, like, just do it. Don't let him kill you. Come on. Like, it's that
Mm-hmm.
simple. Very little words of affirmation or even words of
Mm-hmm.
like encouragement, and you can very much see that Indarna is a child and kind of feeds from Violet's emotions a lot more than Taryn does, just because Taryn is much older and is able to really separate a lot of it out.
Yeah. He's learned to compartmentalize a lot more than Andarna has. So then, mm, so then, oh my god, I'm so sorry. So then, there's a little bit, there's, there's a little bit of a time jump, and Violet starts asking Xaden all of these questions, and is like, "Oh, like, do you have any siblings? Did you hear that?
I did not know.
Ah, I got an email from a
Was it
teacher. It's
important
fine.
email?
I don't know. It's from a teacher, but it's fine.
Do you need to check that? Do we need a pause?
I think so. Let me just
What a
unpause.
loser. I actually can't sit down on her thing.
What? So then, she's asking him tons of these questions, like, "Do you have any sibling? What's your favorite food?" and things like this. And Zane's like,
Chocolate
"Why are
cake.
you asking me? Like, why are you asking me these questions?" Yes, chocolate cake is Zane's favorite food, and it does say when the next day she asked him what his favorite food is in the middle of battle brief, using their mental connection, and then she's like,
Chocolate cake.
I'm pretty I'm pretty sure that I heard something drop in the back of the room before he answers. Chocolate cake. Stop
Chocolate
being
cake.
weird. You're having fun, Kaylee.
Yes, I am.
I'm glad. And then, she asks him, does what, how do you know Liam? And she already knows the answer to this question because Liam has told her, but she wants to know if Xaden is telling the truth. And so she asks him, and then he says, "Oh, we are fostered together. Why are you asking me all these questions today?" Sorry. The mouse was in the middle of your nose and it was driving me insane. Anyway, what do you think of these questions, Kaylee? My God, are you okay?
Yes, I'm fine. Thank you so much for asking.
Yeah, no
Um,
problem. I always would like you. I'm very glad when you're doing okay.
I love that his favorite food is chocolate cake.
Yes.
I love when. Nope. I'm gonna not say that. That was crazy. like that his favorite food is chocolate cake because you wouldn't ever expect it from
Oh, I
this
was not expecting chocolate cake.
big macho man. It's not like, I don't know, a whole chicken or something dumb.
Oh, also, like, you know how much like these people have to work out and stuff like that. Like, it's surprising that his favorite food is a sweet thing and not like a healthy thing, just because they probably have to keep a pretty strict diet. I know that's really not touched on in this book, but like in the series, but like what they eat. But I do wonder if like there's certain things that they eat to keep like their stamina up, and versus like I wonder what they're given because they are in a college. They probably have a pretty shitty cafeteria, like every college.
I don't know. I feel like their cafeteria is shittier than a college campus. I feel like it's almost on par with either prison food or actual like army food, which I've always been told is
Yeah,
really bad. Really,
yeah,
really
but
bad.
also like, but don't they have to keep up such a I don't know. I am curious of like what their dietary side of things are. We know they have
They
oranges.
eat baby griffins.
My God.
They really like
So then
eating.
you, well, Kaylee dies over there. I guess I will now take control of this podcast. So, and she said she'd be the one keeping me in line. So then,
Hey, listen,
you
okay,
know,
this has been multiple days that I've held it together, okay? I deserve one. Let me have just
you
one.
do.
Well, actually, fuck
She
you
really,
and your number. Nobody gives a shit.
Julie, this is the second one I've had to keep you in line.
Really? I had no idea.
You- oh my God. And anyway, God, this is a. I'm so sorry to everybody listening. We are on a different level today. This is us on a daily basis when we hang out. We really calm down on the podcast. I guess we just aren't today.
We just try to calm down and be so professional, and not gonna lie. No, I don't have the brain capacity to put that hat on. But
But
I might
also, I
soon.
feel like this
You
is a
never know.
bit fun. But also, isn't it a bit fun?
It's fun for us. I'm sure that they hate us by now.
Sure, we'll see how this episode gets. We'll see how the reviews are of this episode.
Mm-hmm.
Way. So then she and him are on a flight field, and she's like, "Oh, like, tell me something real. Like, the scars on your back. What are they from?" And he flies away. And Taryn is like, "Why? Like, are you pushing him for a reason?" And then she was like, "Can you give me one not to?" And then he responds, "He cares for you. That's already hard enough for him." And Violet's like, "He cares about keeping me alive. There's a difference." And then Taryn says, "Not for him, there isn't." Which I think is very interesting.
Oh,
What are your thoughts on this, Kaylee?
I that I love Taryn.
Absolutely. That's not a question, Kaylee. That was a known fact. What are your thoughts on that?
Think that it is fun to see Taryn defending him, as well as Taryn recognizing that she's acting weird and really wants to know why it seems like she is pressing him about pretty touchy subjects.
Yeah.
Because last time we saw him with his shirt off, there was quite a bit of scarring on his back.
Yeah. Which sounds very painful.
Odd.
You're odd. But, I know that you really did like how he is responding to the questions and why are you asking me these?
I did. I like how he is really trying to participate in these conversations, because this is actually the first time that Violet has ever showed any interest in this man whatsoever, besides I would like to fuck him.
Yeah.
She's never asked him any
Can we talk about
question.
that?
Ever.
I know, okay, but she's like, wow, I don't really know anything
him.
about him, but yet, has she ever asked him a question?
No, because she doesn't bother to, and all she does is ask Liam all of these questions. And Liam's like, I am not Zayden. Why are you fucking asking me this? I am not this
Go ask
person.
him yourself.
You should go. Yes. Why are you not asking him? And supposedly your heart longs for his touch and to kiss him and to go all over the time. So sorry, you're gonna have to edit that sound.
Sorry, my face was really gross.
That was my sloppy kissing noise.
That was disgusting. But
just so everybody knows.
But yes, no, it's oh, he keeps so many secrets, but she's not asking him these questions. What's your favorite color? Why have you never asked him this? Your favorite color is purple.
Your favorite colors? Green, blue, aqua,
yeah,
teal,
yeah,
marine,
yeah,
clips.
Yeah, the blue, the blue and green range is my favorite colors. I used to be a blue girly, but I'm kind of transferring over to a forest green.
I think it goes with your color palette.
Oh, thank you. My color palette is cool colors.
That is
true. I don't look good in bright colors. Yeah, I enjoy it.
Except
anyway, but but it's really interesting. She's like, he's keeping so many secrets, which everybody does keep secrets. Don't get me wrong. And is he keeping secrets? Absolutely. But she's not asking him, he's not keeping his favorite food secret from her. She just didn't ask.
No, a lot of these things seems to be such a breakdown of communication on her side. She's almost treating him like he doesn't exist, and he is a figment of her imagination, which is kind of crazy to think about, because it's not like he hasn't been training her after the incident with Jack on the mat.
Yeah. He is literally taking
everything.
she's yeah, I was just about to say that he is literally training her how to fly, how to wield, how to train on the mats and all these things. It's you have the opportunities to ask this man questions. And now she is, which I'm happy about. Thank you for taking interest in the man that you've been very interested in fucking for the past 27 chapters.
It was just so interesting because this is the first time that she has ever once felt like she wanted to know him. Because never once did this woman ever ask him a question. A point blank answerable question. Not, in theory, do you think that the sky could be green? No. The fuck are you asking, bitch? No. You know what I mean? It's just like,
Yep, and like I'm pretty sure there's a couple questions here and there, but it wasn't in the sense of like getting to know him. It was just like other things. I don't remember those questions, but I know there was a
I
couple, I
feel
think.
like they were more about how do I shield? How do I
Yeah,
talk to my dragon? How do I do this? And it wasn't even questions
versus
about him.
yeah, it was more of like, how do we do this? How do we do that? Yeah, I agree. And yeah, so like it's fun to finally get, and it's fun to get. I really do enjoy. I'm so sorry. I really enjoy knowing the little thing about characters. Like, oh, their favorite food is chocolate cake. Like, I think it's just really fun to get to know characters in that sense. Shut up.
Chocolate.
But I think it's really interesting, like fun to know these like little tidbits of characters, and that's I personally prefer TV shows over movies, pending what show and what movie, obviously, because you get to know characters a lot more, and I really enjoy that, and that's why I like series over like a one-off book. But I do enjoy a one-off book every once in a while. My favorite book is a one-off book, so
I actually really do love one-off books because we'll talk
it's a
about it
one and
later.
done.
Well, not only that it's a one and done, is sometimes it's very unfortunate, especially with this genre of book. Certain authors don't know when to stop and
I
know
agree.
when their book ends because the book, certain authors, not necessarily this one yet, because books are still coming out, so to be decided if I feel the same way. Certain books that I know that I've read could have ended like 20 chapters before it actually ended.
Yes, I
And
agree.
it's unnecessary, especially if the series already has like 7 to 8 books. You don't need the extra 20 chapters. Trust me, it's
No,
not
I
going to
agree
make
with
a
this.
difference on how I feel about the character anymore.
No, I completely agree
Anymore.
with this. And I do enjoy one-off characters. If a series is written well, like if we have like the same like level of quality in a one-off versus a series, pending what the series is, pending what the one-off is, of course. I tend to prefer series a bit more. 8 books is a bit like once you get kind of 8 plus, that is a lot. Like I'm kind of like, unless I'm really into the series, that's a little bit too much. But I do
So
like series because you do get
therefore, she'll never be a One Piece fan. So nobody ever ask her to read or watch it.
I mean, I've watched how many seasons are there? 18 season show, 18 episodes each. They're all an hour long, 4 times. So
Well, I love that for you because I know it's the show You.
it is not. That's only 4 seasons, actually. And the 5th season comes out this week. I'm very excited about it.
Great. I actually have never watched You.
We are going to watch it for the podcast, though, because we're going to read the books. And we will have
That's
a
right.
guest. And we will be having a guest on at that time because this guest is very excited to talk about the show. And we talked about it a couple days ago, and Kaylee forgot about it.
Yeah.
I also think it'll be really interesting if you read the book, if like we read the books first and then you go watch the show, because I saw the show first and I'm gonna read the books like second. I'm curious if it's gonna change our perspectives.
I think it will.
I think so too. But anyway, back on topic. I'm so sorry, guys. It has been an hour and 12 minutes. Done with the question.
Well, luckily
Okay,
I'm not editing.
you could. I'm joking. It's fine.
Not this episode. It seems so hard. Kaylee being an asshole. Seems so hard.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not finals week for me. I'm not dying. It's okay. This week is not stressful. I've already
You're
done two of
fine.
my
You're still
finals.
a
It's
kid.
really not that bad.
You can pull
What?
this out. I was like, you're fine, you're a kid. You can still pull that out. Don't worry about that. You got the energy.
Where? So then, there's another time skip after Zayden leaves and Taryn's like, oh, not for him, there's not. There's not a difference between keeping her alive and caring for someone, which also is very interesting that there's not a difference.
Is there not?
He cares about keeping me alive. There's a difference. Not for him, there isn't.
Mm.
You caught up?
Yes.
I don't think there's a difference, Kaylee, in keeping someone alive and caring about somebody.
I pause for this long only because I have to really think about it. Because for me, if I care about you, I will keep you alive, and if I don't, there's no way in hell you couldn't pay me to keep them alive. But I know that in certain circumstances, as well as depending on the person, they'll definitely have a different feeling than I do. For instance, I feel like doctors could have a different opinion of they don't personally care. I'm putting that in quotation mark. They don't personally care for each individual person to their core and to their well-being, but they still help them and keep them alive. But in a war college setting, yeah, if I don't like you, I'm going to let you die. So that's kind of it for me. Ashley?
Okay. Ashley. For me, I think it depends on the person. Like there are like if it was someone that I've never interacted with before and I see you're about to like fall off a cliff, like the cliff is breaking and I know for a fact I would be safe in a war college setting, I would try to help them if I knew for a fact I would be safe. I'd try to help them even though I don't know them. But if this person is actively trying to kill me, obviously no. But like let's say you and I were at a war college, I would
You
care
had
about you
such
and want to keep you
hesitation
alive.
when you said no, though. Like did
No.
you think
Like
about it a little
obviously
bit?
no. No, it was like an obviously no.
Okay.
But then like if you and
Okay.
I were at the war college and then there's this random person, like I care about you and want to keep you alive. But if this person's about to fall off a cliff, I don't care about them, but I'd try to keep them alive if I knew I was going to be alive. Does that make sense?
It does. And here, listeners, lies Violet's mentality. So very well explained by Ashley.
Hello.
Everybody hang on to that, because everybody hang on to like the differences of opinions right there, because I think it'll come into fruition later on in the book.
Yes, we have differing opinions on some things, but that's okay. Because it wouldn't make it an interesting talk if we had the same opinion about everything.
Oh, I absolutely agree. The only reason why I actually do think that it is going to come up later on in the books, specifically about our mentalities towards this specific section. And, can you keep somebody alive or care for them? And is it a different thing? So, also, coconut water. Please sponsor us. Any brand of coconut water.
Any brand.
Any brand
Because
of
I drink
water.
it so much.
I also drink it
This
so
is
much.
just the one I
So
have on
please,
hand.
everybody, send us coconut.
So then they are in the war college. Sorry, my brain really just left my brain.
They're going out to the flight field
For their war games.
for their war games. So when Ashley says we're at the war college, she means war games are about to start.
Yes. Yep, and so then everybody thinks that in Fourth Wing thinks they're going to be on offense because all of the defense. So all of First Wing is already gone. They haven't seen them since lunch. And Violet's like, oh, god damn it. I just saw Jack with who's in Fourth Wing. First Wing. And Jack Barlow hasn't forgotten that I put him in the infirmary for 4 days. And he's been giving her a wider berth along with everybody because of the Amber Mavis situation. But she's like, I still catch a look from him as we pass in the halls or in the cafeteria. Pure hatred burning in the glacial blue depths of his eyes. Like, he is still so livid about her putting him in the infirmary. Did that make sense?
Absolutely, because what an ego hit for this man. Number one, there's this. So in my mind, Jack is a little sexist, so it's okay for me to say it like this because this is how I feel like he talks about her. And the reason why I'm saying like it's such an ego hit for him, because imagine if you were a 6'3", 275-pound man that can tackle a tree and tear it out of from its roots, and then you see literally Ashley that trips over a rock and nearly kills herself. And that person somehow puts you in the infirmary. Yeah, I would also be a little pissed.
Yeah,
But
very valid.
not only that is Jack did openly say multiple times. Am I wrong?
No, over error.
I know.
My friend did
And
it too. It
then,
wasn't just me.
and then also Jack did openly say it to Violet before, you hide behind everybody else. You hide behind Xaden, you hide behind Garrick, you hide behind Liam, you hide behind Sawyer, you hide behind Riddick, you hide behind these guys. You hide behind them.
Mm-hmm.
And, her only retort is, you ran, you're a coward.
Yeah. Yeah.
But also for
And
some
he
reason,
did run.
he did. But for some reason in my head, I just only imagine him going, ew, a girl.
I agree. Yes. But then, and also just like you said, the ego hit and how he still has that pure hatred look in his eyes. He just hates her. And, he has openly admitted, and a lot of people also openly admitted, she's the weakest link in the squadron. She's the weakest out of everybody. And she put him in the infirmary for 4 days. So that would be a huge ego hit.
Especially when you're praised as being one of the strongest in the wing, or in your wing and First Wing,
Mm-hmm. And so then she, asks Xaden, are we going to be on offense or defense? Because he's at the leadership meeting figuring out what they're going to do.
Mm-hmm.
And also, and then he's like, I'm a little busy. And then she's like, oh no, am I distracting you? And she's like, am I flirting? Maybe, but I don't care. And then he's like, yes. Like, so annoyed at it. And then she's like, come on, you're taking forever. Give a girl a hint. And he's like, offense and defense. Leave me alone.
I also love that once he said that you see Dane come over and he's like bouncing up and down because he's so like happy and excited because he knows that their point the point system for war games goes up when you're doing both offense and defense.
Hmm.
So this is going to be like almost his time to shine in terms of, can I be a leader? Can I take control of my squad? Where do I stand in the leadership's eyes? And then, as well
Hmm.
as good impression for his teachers so that he can hopefully be promoted to wing leader, because Dane really wants Zayden's position.
Yes. And I mean, doesn't he deserve it? I mean, he is just the best man. And like, look at him. He's so excited. And he does take what Mira said to heart. And he starts directing the team very nicely. And Violet's like, wow, he took what she said to heart and he's doing a great job. He is the ideal man. Ow. Dane Atos, everybody. Ideal man. I put the fire.
Okay, I just have to note it for everybody that watches our YouTube. Specifically, did you see that motion that she did with her hand and then she immediately said ow, like she almost snapped her finger off? Yeah, that's why the analogy with the rock was there. Great. Thank you so much for backing up the analogy with a real world like presence. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem. You're welcome. I've hit my hand, I think, like 3 times today, so it's okay. In the last hour.
Loser.
You're a loser.
I know.
You live in California.
I enjoy it. At least it has better weather than Michigan.
It's not 120 degrees here.
It's not 120 degrees. It's only 76. Ooh.
Ooh. So then, they take off, and he's like, okay, we're going to keep this flag hidden, and then we have to go get the egg. And the people that have done the war games before are all really excited because they know the egg means more than the flag. And
Yes,
then,
that
they
they're.
walk. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say that their points are raised, and then I was actually probably just going to say what you were just going to say, so it's okay. You can continue.
And then, they're going over to go mount their dragons, and Violet sees that Taryn has a saddle on. And this is
I
another
think
one
the
of,
collar.
I think, I think you're dumb. And so,
Actually, Taryn
and
said.
so, so then the,
She's really
one of
upset
Kate,
that Taryn is reading is like wearing a saddle. Violet is so upset
yes,
about
but
this because
you missed one of your favorite lines. So she walks over and is like, wow, like he has a saddle on. And she hasn't said anything yet. But all Taryn says is, I hear it's all the fashion.
I do. I actually really do. I did miss that line. That was a good one though. Because all I see is like Taryn being like, I heard that it's all the rage.
He's like puffing out his chest, like,
It's the new fashion. I'm fashion
yep.
king. here I am, fashionable,
Yeah.
fashion king.
And her squad is very excited. Like Rihanna's like, that's cool, and like it looks so much more comfortable than like the bony spine. I'll tell you that. I'll see you up there. Like she doesn't care. Like her squad doesn't care, but Violet doesn't want to use it because she doesn't want to come across as weak. And she's like, "Oh, the saddles aren't allowed." And Taryn is like, "I decide what's not allowed. There's no." This is actually one of my favorite quotes. I was re-listening to it. There's no rule to say that a dragon cannot modify their seat to serve their rider. You have worked just as hard, if not harder, than every rider in this quadrant. Just because your body is built differently than others doesn't mean you don't deserve to keep your seat. It takes more than a few stirrups of leather and a pommel to define a rider.
I agree. And then not only that is it takes a lot more than a few strips of leather stirrups and a pommel to define a dragon. And I think that just goes to
Mm-hmm.
show how secure Taryn is about being a big ass dragon.
Yeah, he knows his worth. We are not see, another man written by a woman.
Yeah, for sure.
But I did really like the you have worked just as hard, if not harder, and just because your body's built different doesn't mean that you don't deserve to be a writer. Like, keep your seat.
I agree because she has been like that's one of her like biggest downfalls, and the stuff that she really gets so upset at herself about is specifically the not being able to keep her seat. And we saw that last chapter when her and Mira were talking about it, when Mira found out that she can't keep her seat, and how defensive
Mm-hmm.
Violet got, and how just she was comparing herself to Mira and everybody else in her squad. And you could see that this was such a big blow to her. And then for her to get this saddle, she's still fighting it because she's still having trouble with accepting the fact that her picture is going to look different than other people's pictures.
Mm-hmm. And it is a hard pill to swallow that you're never gonna be like anybody else. Fit like because of a physical condition.
I would
You know?
definitely agree. Ashley, I was like, Ashley, are you going to elaborate? I thought you were going to keep going with
Oh,
that.
oh, I could. But
That's why I was
it's
like,
okay. So the like there are certain things that I can't do because of my disability. I can't, lift my arm up, and so I can't shower like my own hair. Like I can't wash my own hair because I can't hold my hand up there long enough with that motion to do it. And it's like a hard pill to swallow. It's like, I'm not like other people. Like people have to work around me, and I have to work around other people to help me with my hair. And that's just like one example. And it's a hard pill to swallow, especially if it's something that you weren't. I was born with mine, but like something that got worse or something you weren't born with, and it's something that was like onset.
exactly. And I also love that other people around her are encouraging her and saying that it's okay that you're different, and it's okay that your
Mhm.
picture looks different, and it's okay that your body is different. We just want you to be safe.
Yeah. I love her friends.
And the fact that she is trying to, I guess, fight that is it's I think that it comes down to a pride factor.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Because there's pride in doing things yourself, and especially in society, that's such a big thing. I wrote a paper on how society is built for able-bodied people, and there's when you can't do that and you aren't able-bodied, there is a pride that you notice that, like, if you can't do it, it's like, oh, and people take pride in being able to do things themselves, especially like where we are. It's you need to do things individually or you are a loser. Like
I
that's just
wouldn't
how
say a
our society.
loser. I would have said a loser. Like that.
Perfect. Thank you. Thank you for doing that much better than I.
You're welcome.
I appreciate it. But it's very different to like not have that, and you know, even if you're there, some people are more prideful than others. Everybody has things they are prideful about. Everybody has pride. But it's also like the looks that you get when you can't do something and you look a certain way. Like you should be able to do it. Like I can't open some doors because they're too heavy. And just the looks sometimes that I get from people, like, oh, like that's weird. Why can't you open that door? Like you look young and healthy and able to do things. You know what I mean? And it's what was
Kaya woke up.
that?
Kaya says, hello.
And so it's very interesting and a very real to life thing, especially how this society, obviously very different from our own, but same in the sense of you need to do things individually.
Hmm.
This is obviously just more extreme.
Yes, very much so. And Zayden kind of comes over to talk to her a little bit more about the saddle, and she expresses her concern about being perceived as weak, and he kind of goes into it. Well, he says we as if like him and Taryn were talking and worked on this project together, thought that this was the best solution for her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so Zayden made it for her, but Taryn didn't let him fly with it, and so he was like, "Well, all hypothetically, this should be able to do this," because Taryn's like, "You can get you can ride me when my bone flesh rots off my bones." Good for you, man. I'm glad you have that standard. And so then Dane comes over and it's like, "Is that a saddle?" Which, don't we love how
Taryn says,
concerned he is for
no,
the
it's a
rules?
collar. Taryn openly says, no, it's a collar. God.
And then tries to bite him. It's quite funny. And then, you know, Zayden, this is just really funny. Zayden, right before Dane came over, was like, "Fuck, that stubborn, feisty look always makes me want to kiss you." And then she says, "Oh, and you say this now when people will actually see if you do." And you like this line, Kaylee. "When did I ever give you the impression that I give a fuck what people think about me? I only care what they think about you."
I'm sorry. If a man, not even a man, if specifically a woman, if a woman said that to me, oh my God. Like, yeah, if a man says that to me, I'm like, oh, like, that's so great. Like, you're actually caring. I'm going to be more cautious. But if a woman said that to me, I would be a puddle. Hands down, I would be a puddle on the floor, being like, okay, all sweet and warm and fuzzy.
It is a good line.
It is, because I also, for me, because Ashley knows me really well, I am like a very like, how do I put this? I'm very passionate about my friends, and I'm very passionate about the people that I love. And if the people I love need or want something that they're too scared to go do, I will do it regardless of how humiliating it is, because I could literally, like Zayden said, I could give a fuck about what other people think about me. If you care about how you're perceived, then I will bend over backwards for you to make sure that you
This is
feel
true.
comfortable. And so for me, that's also why I was like, I love that. Yes, I love that he's a man, and I would love if a man would say that. But not gonna lie, if a man said that to me in person, in real life, I don't know. I think my brain would be like, "Is this a red flag? Are you?"
Yeah, I agree.
I don't know why, but I just have like this very like, mm,
No, I
like
agree
man,
though. I feel like
ew,
it's a lot
don't say
different.
it.
And especially if you don't know the man.
Mm-hmm. I
Like if you
mean,
knew each other for a couple months, a couple years,
okay.
I feel like that'd change my perspective. But if it was someone I only knew for like a month, 2 months, no.
I love when you said a
But
couple
a
months.
woman.
Like my face was like no, and then you said a couple years. Like, yeah, I could be on
Yeah, a
board
couple
with a
years.
man saying this to me in a couple of years, but like no, not like this.
No.
Not like this.
No. And then, Dane comes over and Zayden is like into her head. Oh, first, I just need to say, Dane doesn't have a problem with the saddle. And he's like, why would I have a problem? I'm fine with whatever keeps Violet safe if you haven't noticed. Don't you just see how caring this man is? And how much that this man just really does deserve Violet. He really just wants what's best for her. And he would break all of the rules for her. And I really do love him. And I do think that I am Team Dane. Fuck Zayden. Who needs Aiden? There is Dane. He wants to keep her safe.
And what was Zayden's
Anyway, what
response
the
to that?
fuck? I'm so sorry. What the fuck? Sir, would you really? It's fine.
No, but what was Zayden's response to it when he said that?
Zayden, Zayden's response, he nods and looks at Violet and is like, I bet it'd be even more awkward if I kissed you now, huh? And then Violet says, yes, please. But then she does actually respond saying, the next time we kiss had better not be to just piss off Dane. Which I
Mm-hmm.
do like that. And then he goes, next time, huh? Are you this oblivious, sir? Anyway. Anyway, you had some opinions about Dane's I'm fine with whatever keeps Violet safe while I look for the next thing that we're going to talk about.
Oh no, it just makes
Because
me
I'm
so
obviously Team Dane.
yes, you're right. And I am obviously only team Zayden because we love a shadow daddy. We love it. It's
Oh
hot.
my god. I never heard you
I
say
mean,
it.
that is it was really hard to say it with a straight face because I know that this is what like the fandom has like overarchingly like deemed him as a nickname, but
I don't agree.
I mean, I just have like this odd, I don't know. I have a weird thing about I have a weird thing about calling somebody daddy in terms of romance. I don't
Yes,
know if that made
I agree
any
with you.
sense.
It
It's not
did.
one of my
I
traits
completely agree with you.
that I
No, same.
possess, and that's
And if
okay.
it is one of
And
yours, that's completely fine. Just
we
not one of
also
ours.
fucking love that shit for you. And
Yes, absolutely.
let us know if it's yours in the comments, and I will call you daddy from here on out.
Or mommy.
I agree.
You can't exclude that. You know there's some people that like it too.
There are. I mean, actually, I don't think I would mind if somebody called me daddy. I don't know if I could call somebody else daddy in a very serious way, but if somebody wanted to refer to me as their daddy, I could be your daddy. That's for sure.
Oh my God. All the comments, please just go call Kaylee daddy. Please. I would love it. And I think she would love it too.
It will
But
also
anyway, so what?
I will also accept mother, because when mother is mothering, I'll accept that.
Okay. Everybody, you hear it now. Go call her daddy and mother.
Hmm.
hmm Anyway, so then
When when Dane says that, Xaden kind of mentions it to him that he picks it's either the oddest times to care about her safety or the most convenient times not to care about her safety.
hmm
And I
I
thought
agree
that
with
was
this.
so great for Xaden to recognize and to tell
Tell
Dane
Violet.
that he knows.
Yes. Tell like both of them.
Hmm.
But obviously, I mean, he only picks the times to care about her because he needs to make sure his self-image is good so he gets the wingler status so he can protect Violet more. Therefore, again, Team Dane.
Hmm. Hmm.
I hate
Yes.
myself.
Yes.
So
Team
then,
Dane. Whoa.
whoa. So then, Andarna comes running over and is like, I want to come. And so she jumps into a pile of mud so she isn't so shiny. And then they're off.
Hmm.
Like they're up and off into the sunset, flying for war games. And then, they
Violet
are
said,
flying. Go ahead.
I think
Oh,
you're
you want me?
you're gonna get to the point anyway. I just got
I
overexcited.
am. You are very excited. So then she says, like, I lived for 20 years and have never felt as alive as I do in this moment. Without even grounding my archives, power surges in my veins, crackling with a life all on its own, jolting every single one of my senses to a degree that nears pain. And because she has the saddle now, she doesn't have to stress about like being held into the like holding on to her seat. So she's just so excited. Like she's like, this feels so freeing. Like, is this what it's supposed to feel like? Because now she doesn't have to worry about holding on. And I mean, you have to hold on even in a saddle, but much less stress.
Yeah, of course you have to hold on in a saddle even if you're not using it or you're using a saddle regardless. You have to hang on. Sorry, I talked around that point. You have to hang on regardless.
You said it 4 times. But I know that you really like that line, and it is a good line. Like she feels so alive.
Because this is one of the first times, besides when you see her in the archive for the first time, and then when she starts to ground, she feels like more at peace. And this is like the first time where you see her flying in the air, feeling free. She's not stressed.
hmm
She's not worried about X, Y, and Z. She is free. And she's feeling,
hmm
that wind in your hair type of feeling as if she's actually flying, even though she's flew many times, but she's never felt free for flying because she's always scared that
hmm
it's going to fall at a moment's notice.
Yeah, and also like the thought of Taryn is holding her in, and so she feels bad about that, and so like it is really fun to see her having fun while flying because, like you said, we haven't seen that before. Yeah, and then they run into dragons because they found the egg, and there's three dragons, and obviously Jack is one of them, and they are out for blood.
They are, and then Violet notices.
What am I missing?
Hmm?
Continue.
Okay.
You okay?
I'm buffering. I lost my train of thought.
Violet notices.
Thank you. Violet notices that Liam and Jack are now fighting, and it gets extremely intense very quickly just because Violet is so far away from them, and Jack is, like Ashley said, out for blood because it is
Yes.
legal. It is legal for writers to kill other writers, especially during war games.
Yeah.
And when Violet sees Jack and Liam fighting, it happens extremely quickly that their dragons grapple in the air. They kind of level off. Jack does this, I don't know, jump maneuver where he jumps onto Liam's dragon's back and stabs Liam in the side and then is able to. And then once Liam's dragon maneuvers to either catch Liam or feels like that shift of energy, Jack's dragon comes out and catches him as well. Correct?
Mm-hmm. And uh, Liam gets stabbed by Jack.
Yes, I said that. Yes.
Yep.
In
Oh,
the
you did?
side.
I'm dumb.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm dumb. It's okay.
Yes.
And so she gets very, very emotionally overwhelmed,
Mm-hmm.
Violet, because she's like, I can't lose Liam. Like, he's one of my best friends. Like, I can't lose him. And she asks and begs Andarna to stop time again. And she's like, I'm sorry, but please, please, like, and what's her name? Andarna is like, do it now before he hits the fucking floor.
Yeah, and not only that is it's so hard for Andarna because she doesn't really know how to wield this time-stopping power super well. And so when Violet asks her to do it and she says the only thing is make sure that me and Taryn can keep moving. Make sure we can keep
Yeah, focus on
moving.
everything but you and Taryn. Yep.
Yeah. And I love that there was just such a and Darna was so willing to do that for her.
Mhm. I also really
And
do like how it was she didn't just Violet didn't just do it. Like she did ask, like Andarna. Like yes, it's begging, but she did ask. There was that communication. It wasn't just I'm gonna do it without letting you know.
definitely I'd be interested to see if even if there wasn't any communication, if she could have actually even done it without Indarna.
That's true.
You know, like
Mhm.
um there is in the book she does say like she opens the doors to Indarna's or opens like Indarna's window. I think Indarna only has a window in her archive. It's weird. I don't know if Indarna has a door or a window, but either way, she opens that up to have the power flood into her. And she ends up stopping time. She's determined that she is going to save Liam. She's not going to let him hit the ground, because imagine like falling from more than, I want to say, like 500 stories up in the air. I said stories, like buildings have 500 floors. I don't know.
Are they stories? I think they are.
Well, yes, I know, but
Oh, I was gonna say, I think you're right. I don't know why you're confused.
no, I was saying it as if buildings, like our tallest skyscrapers, don't have 500 like stories
Oh,
in them.
yeah. Yeah. You're dumb. Anyway, so then
You're dumb. The fact that I had
you're
to explain
dumb.
that to you.
So then she ends up catching him, and time unfreezes, and she's and Violet is very much like, "Are you safe, Andarna?" And she's like, "I'm safe. We're good." And
Darna is
so
so
then,
quiet now. And Darna's voice is so, so quiet. Like, you can tell that
hmm
she's fading.
yeah, and then the Taryn, she wants to unseat herself, and Taryn's like, "No, like, don't unseat yourself, please. Like, that's a dumb idea." And then Violet very much is, "Yeah, this dick is never gonna be doing this to us again. Like, this is ridiculous. Like, I'm so tired of this. I'm going to make sure that this is the last time Jack ever comes after us." And
So
then,
interesting that Violet finally has this change of heart only when it isn't her life. For
mhm,
everybody else around her has been like, we should kill him. And she's like, well, it's just my life, so it's okay. And then it's somebody else's life, and she's like, oh my god, nobody can die around me, and only I can die. I just think it's like a really selfish mentality, and I think it's so interesting for this one thing to finally shift her view is, oh my gosh, my friends
mhm.
actually could die. Like, she didn't know that.
Yeah, and I do feel like it is a very common mentality for people to have. Like, they don't really care if they put themselves in harm's way, but if their friends get in harm's way by someone else, obviously that's the situation at hand, then it is a much bigger deal,
I just wanted to note it.
you know? You're like, shut up, Ashley. Yeah, very important note. I do agree with you. And so then she starts feeling like this giant, like enormous power underneath her skin, and she does say, "I am the sky and the power from every storm that has ever been. I am infinite." And then lightning splits the sky, and a terrifying crack of thunder happens, and she basically like broke a mountain into a giant mudslide, I guess would be like a
It's an
slide,
avalanche.
rock slide, and thank you that yes, an avalanche, and kills Jack.
Because I'm assuming that there's snow on this mountain, because if she says that it's an avalanche, I'm assuming that there's snow and rock and
Yeah,
other
here
things.
it is. So sorry. Jack falls down the mountainside and in an avalanche of rock that I know he can't survive.
Mm-hmm.
And from the way Bade, his dragon, cries beneath us, she knows it too. And another line that I know that you really do like, Kaylee, is my hands tremble as I sheath the clean daggers at my ribs. The only blood to be found is on the rocks below, though I look at my hands as though they should be covered in death as well.
I love it.
Yeah. And
And
then
then you
Taryn
just
is,
hear Taryn yell in
yeah,
pride.
he roars. Yes, so proud. Lightning wielder, and he's roaring and he's so excited.
I'm sorry, Ashley, can you take that again?
What?
Can you take that again? Because I don't think that Taryn is saying lightning wielder like that. Could you say it again?
Lightning wielder.
It's okay. She'll
How
get
do you
she'll
think he's saying it? Please.
all I'm saying was the way that you were like lightning wielder. Yay.
Yay. He's a proud dad.
He is.
He has 2 children, and he's proud of his children.
Taryn is daddy. What do you mean?
Amazing. But then that concludes chapter 28. So that brings us into chapter 29, which is, you know, she's just grappling with the fact of like, oh fuck, I just killed somebody.
Yes, she's grappling with that as well as she's like up in arms if Liam is actually alive. And Taryn says that he is. Day let Taryn know, which is Liam's dragon. Liam
Mm-hmm.
let Taryn know that he is alive and his heart is beating.
Yeah.
And she's, rightfully extremely upset, dismounts, can't say thank you enough times to Andarna. And when she gets off of Taryn, there's this feeling as well as imagery of being shrouded in darkness, and she looks over and it's not Xaden, it's Taryn covering her with his wings as she becomes violently ill
Yeah.
because she is upset that she manifested a signet and that the first thing that she ever did with this signet that she just manifested was kill somebody.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. And she, and all of her squad mates do come running over. They're like, that's so awesome. Like, you've been holding out on us. Damn, Soren Gale. And then, Taryn and Andarna are like, you did what was necessary. So I really do like how she's like, oh, like, Violet's like, hey, you need to go rest. Like, please go rest and recuperate. Like, you just use your powers. I know that's really exhausting. And and Darna is like, I'm proud you're mine. And even if I need a bath. I don't know. I just think it's really cute. I really like Andarna. She's just so sweet.
I loved it, especially because, she is that very, child wonderment, almost, of this book,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and keeping that alive, and then I also think that it really
So yes, I do like that childlike wonder.
I think that it is refreshing, like I said in the beginning, that it's refreshing to see the difference between Andarna and Taryn
Mm-hmm.
and their
I
relationship,
agree.
and I also think that and and Darna saying that she is proud of her shows that their bond is growing.
Mm-hmm.
And I really just loved that.
So then, the man that I think is better than Xaden comes over. And it's like, Violet, was that you with the lightning strike that took down the tower? And she nods. And she's, like in her head, like the one that killed Jack. The thinking of all the times I aimed for the shoulder instead of the heart, the poison's not the murder, left Orin unconscious, and all these things. All because she didn't want to be a killer. And he's like, wow, I've never seen anything like it. I don't think there's been a lightning wielder in more than a century. And he's like, Violet? Because he cares for her and he notices that she's not okay. And, Violet's like, I killed him. And, you know, she's like, oh, my mom's going to be so proud. And then Violet then Dane is like, shit, it's all right, Vi, and trying to comfort her because he pulls her against her chest. He pulls her against his chest and is gently rocking his hand, and he makes smoothing motions up and down her spine. And, she's like, I killed him. And he's like, I know, I know. He presses a kiss to her head because he really does care about her that much. Like, he really just wants her to feel okay. And he's like, well, and you never have to use that kind of power again if you don't want to, because he knows that's what she needs to hear. He just cares about her so much.
Xaden, the man that I will, I guess, die on a hill for at this point if Ashley's so in love with Dane, says, get the fuck away from her with that bullshit. Like, get the fuck away. Especially with that fucking nonsense. God damn it. You're the worst person ever, Dane. I hate you.
Yeah, and Dane's like, what do you mean? And, Xaden, like, pulls Violet away from him and is like, you killed Barlow. Lightning is your signet. And he's like, I thought so, I just wanted to make sure. And, since you love him and I love Dane, would you like to say the thing he tells her to kind of calm her down a bit?
Yeah. Xaden says that he's proud. He's proud of her for killing Jack and that she did a
The world's a better
wonderful...
place.
Yeah, the world is a better place without that fucker being alive. And
Yeah.
I loved that because that's honestly what I think that she needed to hear more than, well, it's okay, like, you don't have to, because that goes back into, like, just Dane babying her again. And what we've seen throughout this book is that Dane babies her and tries to shield her from things that she doesn't need to be shielded from anymore. This is such an unfortunate thing, but all of these people in this college will become killers, period. That's what they're trained for. That's what they're doing. Literally, there's no point in this, quote unquote college unless to train people to kill, So for Dane to say that to Violet during this time is not going to help her later on down the road. And obviously Violet is really struggling with her signet being so violent and her signet being something that she can use to actually kill people.
Yeah. And she, is like, hey, like, Rhiannon can move objects through space, and Dane has recognition. And Dane's like, hey! Because he doesn't want people to know what a signet is because it's a classified signet. Because, he can memory read. Actually, it's classified. And, so then Xaden's like,
I already fucking know. I'm not really fucking surprised. Whatever. But he also says, stop fucking coddling her. Pop off, King.
Yeah, because, Dane, again, trying to comfort her, says, you don't have to use your power, Vi. Like, it's okay. And, like, because she tells Xaden, like, what the hell am I, Xaden? I'm a fucking weapon. And so he's like, you don't have to use your power, because he just wants her to be happy.
No, don't fucking coddle her. She's not a fucking baby.
Yeah. She's not a child. She's a full-grown woman. A writer. And, then Dane goes like, hey, you just want her to be like you, a cold-blooded killer. You'll be telling her that it's all right and you'll get used to killing.
Ugh. First of all. First of all. Dane can go fucking shove it. Second of all, I love Xaden's response. He's like, no, you never get used to killing. Ever. You
just learn that it's a necessity.
That it's necessary. It's necessary to keep you alive. And I just think that it really goes to show that, at least in my mind at this point in the book, I don't think Dane has killed anybody either.
I agree with this. I do. Even though he's my favorite, I don't think he's killed anybody. And, but I do really like how Xaden does say, like, this is war, and you heard me say it once before, but the ugly truth is not those on the front lines that choose to forget that there are always body bags in war.
Which I think is, for Violet, so hard. Because she has been holding out hope that she will become a healer like Brennan, or have a signet like
Actually,
Mirror.
Brennan was a mender.
Well, fuck me sideways. God damn it, Ashley. Would you like to take over? Fuck.
No, I wouldn't. Please continue.
Well, no, I'm done now. So actually, Ashley can start over because now she just is doing whatever the fuck she wants. So, there, you go for it. You do it.
And, Violet is really upset about it, obviously. And Satan is kind of telling her, like, you're going to
Really,
use
she
this to keep
is? That's
so.
crazy.
Yeah, I think she just loves it. And and Zayden does say, like, hey, like, you're going to keep so many people alive. Like, and she's like, by killing people? And he's like, by defeating invading armies before they even get a chance to go to the civilians. Which, that would be very important asset in war.
Mm-hmm.
And so then he looks at Ree, and he's like, hey, can you get her back inside? And Ree's like, absolutely. And Dane scoffs and walks away because he goes to the other squad leaders because he realizes that Zayden and Ree got it and he isn't needed. And he's like, it's fine, I'll just leave. I don't care. I'm the best. Because he is the best. He's the best man. So he has to go do squad leader things to continue to be the best man. And then, Taryn, or she's like, hey, like, do you want help getting off the saddle? And Taryn, James is like, he can get him off, get it off himself is one of his many design stipulations.
I kind of love that Taryn had that design stipulation in there because I feel like Taryn put that in because he knew that there was going to be a circumstance where either number one, Violet would be too injured to do it, or number two, that there wasn't going to be other people around that he was going to let touch him as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I also
because that saddle's probably really fucking heavy.
Well, yeah. Also, like, think about like how long those leather straps are.
Mm-hmm. That's not like taking off the saddle of a horse.
No, it's definitely not. I also love. I'm gonna actually say it, and hopefully Ashley won't cut me off, but she most likely will because I'll say it wrong. That
Would
I
you like me to
love
cut
it
you off
when
if you say it wrong?
I love it when Taryn. I mean, you already just cut me off, so I mean, would you like to continue? Do you want to read it? Do you want to go for it?
No, go ahead. Please go ahead. I'll shut up now.
Because are you
Yep.
sure? Are you sure? Because it seems like you really just want to get in there.
No. You can do it. I promise. You're fine.
Okay.
I'm just
Okay.
sorry.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Are you positive?
I am positive. Please continue.
Are you sure?
I'm gonna slap you. Say the fucking quote.
Are you sure? I love that when Violet is in such this emotional uproar that Xaden is there to help her, but Taryn, once they're finally leaving the field, Taryn says to Violet, go, but do not wallow in the guilt. Whatever you're feeling is natural. Let yourself feel it and then let it go.
Yeah.
And I just think that that's so powerful, because you can be feeling these big feelings, and sometimes if you're not careful, those big feelings can swallow you.
Mhm.
And you can still be feeling these big feelings, and if you don't let yourself feel those big feelings, you'll never be able to let it go. So
Mhm.
it's not, I love the fact that he was like, make sure you feel these feelings, because if you hold it inside, that still counts as wallowing. If you
Yeah.
don't acknowledge it and you can't let it go, that's wallowing, you know? It's, you can feel these
Mhm.
big feelings, just accept it, know that it's natural and that it's okay, regardless of whatever Ashley's favorite person says. You know, you're gonna
I
have
love him
to
so
use
much.
it eventually, and it's gonna be okay, and that you gotta pick yourself up and keep going. And then she kind
Yeah.
of turns and is ready to go back, and then Ree, who's walking Violet in, is like, I have a question. How did you get there so fast?
Mhm.
And she's feeling, you know, not only is she feeling guilt and shame over killing somebody, but she's now feeling guilt and shame over not being able to tell her best friend that her other dragon can stop time. And Taryn chimes in and says, that's not your place to feel guilty. It's it's
Mhm.
dragon's secret. It's the secret of all of dragon kind, and you shouldn't be putting that on your shoulder.
Yeah.
And I thought
No
that
one
that was,
risks their hatchlings.
yeah, nobody risks their hatchlings. And I believe it's Ree or somebody says that, wow, Liam is so lucky. And Violet is thinking in her head, Malik must be upset that I stole Liam away from him, but maybe he's not, because I did give Malik Jack's soul, but then again, it might have broken mine forever.
Yeah.
Which is very interesting when it comes down to the idea of a life or death situation. At the end of the day, is, are you going to be able to live with that? And watching Violet wrestle with those really big feelings now in the first book, I think can only set us up to watch her be able to handle it better in the next couple of books, if war actually, like, once they get out of college and once the war,
Mhm.
like, they are a part of the war, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Oh, it does. I agree. And I do also think it's really interesting, and I also like how this book kind of has like their own like gods, like Malik for
Hmm.
death, Zinal for luck. You know, those are
Yeah.
the two that were just mentioned. It's like, oh, I really do like how they have their own gods. I don't know. I like world building. I think it's fun.
Hmm. I think she does give the world, the world is very built out, which is very nice, and
Yeah.
lets the reader definitely connect overarchingly with the storyline.
Mhm.
And so
I agree.
now they're taking a break upstairs in their room, and Violet is in her PJs, for lack of a better term. It's a thin
Yeah.
nightgown. Well, actually, literally that played in my head when I said that she was in her fucking PJs, and I was like, oh, sorry, hold on. I know that Ashley's in love
Was
with
it my
them,
voice?
but no, it was. It was literally yours. So it's a thin night dress and she's doing some target practice in her room and just throwing daggers at the wall. And she hears this loud knock come in. And I know
It's a shooting wooden target, actually.
is she not throwing
I'm
daggers?
No, she is at the wooden target. I'm joking. Continue. She's throwing daggers. I'm being a dick. A bit.
I'm
I'm being a
sorry.
dick.
What are you?
Please continue.
I'm sorry. Are you saying that you're being a bit? A bick?
I said
Is that what you said? Is that what you said? You're being a bick?
ditch. I said ditch, and then I said dick instead of bitch and dick. I have no room to talk anymore. Please continue.
Are you sure? Because I thought you were reinventing the wheel here with Bick coming out. It's obviously my favorite daddy. God,
I hate you so much.
It's gross.
I
Hate it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I hate it.
Sorry. I'm gonna say it again, and I'm gonna keep a straight face, and I'm not gonna laugh. Okay. It's my favorite daddy, Zayden. Okay. And
I hate it.
she just tells them that they can enter because her door is unlocked, but yes, she still has wards on her room because they didn't put it there. It's not like they got dismantled. But lo and behold, it is Zayden who comes in and no, there's nothing else you wanted to say. I thought it was gonna come.
So sorry. I thought you were just going so well. I thought you were just gonna continue.
Well, actually, Zayden doesn't come in; he walks in. So literally, that's literally what I thought was gonna happen. So I was like, do you have anything to say?
I was so enamored. I was like, wow, you're doing such a great job. Please continue.
Yeah, as Ashley sits over there and yawns, because I know I'm the most boring part of her day.
I have yet to yawn while you were talking. Be proud of me.
We'll see.
I think I
it
yawned
hasn't
once,
ended
but it was
yet.
in the beginning.
And Zayden walks in with her throwing daggers, and she asks, "Why are you here?" And
Yeah.
she's getting more and more upset because, like, just once she wishes that he wasn't so composed, that he wasn't so, like, in control all of the time. She wants to see him, like, for lack of better terms, lose his shit just for a little bit. And it's bothering her, and she really is trying to deflect her feelings. I definitely feel like in this scene, and she just really puts it all on him, and she's just trying to lash out at him for lack of better terms, because
and I also think that it's a lot of her, like, obviously her pent up emotions that she has about the entire situation, and he's there, and she has pent up emotions about him, and so it's like now everything's directed at him.
Yeah, and obviously she's throwing daggers in a thin nightgown, so can't be more vulnerable than at this point, I guess.
Yeah.
he just kind of starts rambling about her signet and what happened today, and she's getting more and more upset, and she's just like, does my signet even work inside? How does, like...
So then, she's like, hey, like, you're not gonna lecture me for sleeping and, like, playing cotton, because she knows, like, he lectures her about, like, oh, you need this on, you need that on, like, do this, do that. She's like, wow, you're not gonna lecture me? And he's like, I didn't come to lecture you, and he's like, but I could definitely see that you're not wearing your armor. And, she's really upset. She's like, hey, like, no one's gonna attack me now. Like, why would they? I could literally kill them. Like, this is dumb. Like, no one's gonna come out and, like, kill me. And then she's like, do you think it works inside? Like, she doesn't know anything about this yet. Like, do you think the lightning works inside? And she's like, how does someone wield lightning if there's no sky? And, she keeps her eyes locked on Xaden, and then she flings the dagger at the target, and it hits the spot. And he's like, fuck, that's hotter than it should be.
I'm sorry, it's what? Ashley, can you say it again?
Fuck, it's hotter than it should be.
Good job.
Thank you.
No, not you, Kaya.
Did you just call me good girl? Okay. And then Violet's like, hey, like, are you gonna train me? Like, are you gonna, And he's like, I don't know how to train a lightning wielder. And she's like, how very un-Xaden of you.
Right? Because it seems like Xaden knows everything. Especially to her, that Xaden knows everything. Xaden knows exactly how to think, the way to act, where to go, what to show and what not to show, and how to keep it all together. And I think that's something that she is still really struggling with.
Yeah. Yeah. And then, and so then she asks again, like, why are you here? Like, you didn't answer my question. Please explain to me why you are here. And so then he's like, I can't seem to stay away. What? What did I do?
Yeah, Xaden can't seem to stay away.
Yeah, and then she's like, shouldn't you be out there celebrating? And he's like, well, we won the battle, not a war. Which I do think is important.
Which I do think that it is important, because to know, like, when you should and shouldn't, when you should be celebrating, or when you know that you need to comfort somebody. And I think Xaden really did come to comfort her.
And, she is like, hey, like, and he's like, hey, like, I figured you still might be upset. Like you just said, like, he came to comfort her. Like, he's like, hey, like, I figured you'd still be upset, so I came to, like, check on you. And, Violet's like, hey, you told me to get over myself, remember? And then he's like, I told you would have to develop a stomach for killing. I never said you should get over it. Yeah.
Violet is just overarchingly sad, and she doesn't even know if she's sad or if she's mad, or she doesn't really understand what she's feeling. So the big feeling is that she's upset that, not that Jack died, but that killing Jack is going to change her. And, she always wanted to be a mender like Brennan. Sorry, let me say it a little louder.
I do like that line.
A mender like Brennan. Sorry, do you need me to say it louder? A mender. One more time. Does it need to be louder for you?
Oh, I heard you. But I think you should do it one more time.
A mender.
There you go. Thank you.
Yeah.
I just had to make sure. I was like, I heard you, but I need to make sure I heard you correctly. Yeah, I do like that line where she's like, hey, like, I always hoped I'd be a mender like Brennan so I could put all of the little things back together. And now I'm literally going to be tearing things apart with lightning.
Yeah. And I think like that's a big thing for her, especially because she is so passive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And she does say, she's like, oh, like, what's wrong with me? Like, all of you guys are completely fine. Any other writer would be thrilled to have a lightning signet. And then he's like, well, you've never been like any other writer. You never wanted to be here. And she's like, well, none of the marked ones wanted to be here.
It's different.
Like, immediately, it's different. I don't care.
No, because I'm on Zayn's side with this. This is not the same.
Oh no, I agree. It's like,
because they would still be here regardless if they wanted to or didn't, and they want to be there in the sense of they have no other choice, and they still feel like it's the best, I don't know, I guess outlet or option for them.
Yeah. And it's like, he also does tell her, he's like, just because you gained power today doesn't mean you lost agency.
Love it.
Yeah. Like,
Love
you
it.
can... It's like, yes, you gained a power, and you killed somebody with it, yes, but that doesn't mean you have to kill everybody with it. You still have agency. Like, this is your power. You get to choose how you use it.
Yes, and not only that is this doesn't define who you are. You at the core of your being has not changed because of this event. You at the core of your being has not changed because you got this lightning signet. You at the core of your being is still Violet. Like, you are still Violet, and you should know that you have control over the power that you wield.
Yeah. And, and he does say, like, you get to be angry you killed a man today. You get to be angry that man tried to kill your friend. You get to feel however you want within these walls. I do like how they do acknowledge, like, you can feel however you want. I do like how they acknowledge that. Like, your emotions are valid.
I love that. And I want to go back before he says that. Because after he says that doesn't mean that you lost agency. She says in her mind, I want to touch him. I want him to touch me to wash away the ugliness of the day, wanting to feel anything but this welling shame. And then he, that's her inner thought. And then he says that to her, that you can feel whatever you're feeling and feel all of the things that you need to be right now. And I think that that's so interesting that was the thought in her head when he's
trying to be comforting and like that he's really like, hey, like, feel however you need to feel. Like, you need to you need to feel it, and you need to, like, like Terrence said, feel it and let it go. Fuck you. And she, but she's like, hey, like, I want him to kind of wash away this feeling. Like,
dick.
I want to feel anything but this welling shame. He's like, then he does say, like, feel however you want within these walls. And he's like, he takes a hold of her hands. It's like, so do whatever you need to do to get it out. You need to yell at me. You need to hit something, hit me. I can take it. Like, he really wants her to just, like, feel out. he wants her to feel these things, and he's like, I don't care if you're yelling, I don't care if you're hitting, like, hit me, take it out on me. I can take it, I want to help you.
And then Xaden just, like, ending that with, show me what you got. And she ends the chapter kissing his face. Kissing his face so hard.
Yeah. And that's where it ends? Wow.
I just
so
wanted
you know
to,
where
I
we're
wanted
gonna
to,
be starting.
Yeah. It's just so interesting that, like, he came in and he was like, like, oh man, I've been feeling real guilty. I took you away from your sister and, like, you hate me for that. And, like, now you killed somebody and I'm going to come in and be, like, loving and comforting and like, want to support you emotionally. And she's just like, you know how you could really support me? By giving me that dick.
She really knew exactly what she needed. But she hasn't gotten the dick yet.
Yeah.
She's only kissed him.
I just want some, like, really, like, good vitamin D. That's really what she needs to make her life sunny again.
And what better way? But I'm very glad that we sectioned those chapters off.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I think that would have been very long.
It would have been. It's just, there's a lot to uncover in these chapters and things like that.
Yeah.
Especially because this is one of the very first character deaths that we get to see more intimately.
Mm-hmm. Because, we haven't had a couple where it's like, oh, Jack snapped his neck. Oh, is it Thyman? He died. Thyrus? What's his name? Whatever, the guy that... the guy that...
I know that it's not his name. I was just making fun of him.
I know.
That's not his name. Never even called out.
But the guy that Taryn kills when he first bonds Violet, he, like, burns him alive, and, whatever her face, Amber dies, and so, but it's like, there has been death, like, I think there's just been a lot of death, like, I haven't, but anyway, but, like, this is the first one where it's like, you're in the emotions of it as well. It's not just, like, the physical death, like, you're in the emotions of the death. Like, yes, she was upset about Amber, but we didn't get that as much as we did with this one, because she killed him physically, herself.
Absolutely. I also think that we didn't... It was really interesting because, Jack was trying to kill, like, her friend, and Liam finally came out alive, which was so, different. And then to see, like, that Jack is, like, the only one that dies in, like, the chapter at the end of this, and her relief about that, but then just the wash of the only thing I do is kill.
And, like, I mean, it probably would be really hard, like, the first thing you do with your signet is kill someone.
I mean...
And especially such, like, a powerful signet. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that everybody is making a really big deal about it because, to be quite honest, when have they seen somebody like this power?
Ever.
Yeah, ever. Especially during this time.
They openly do say, they're like, there hasn't been a lightning wielder in years.
A couple of millennia. Whenever the last shadow wielder was.
Yeah. Isn't that wild?
Yeah. But, I mean, nothing, buries the sorrow down deep.
Like what, Kaylee?
Like that yuck.
Being buried in sand. I apologize to all our viewers. We love you.
We love you. Thank you so much for your support. Like, follow, subscribe.
Comment what you thought.
Yes, comment what you thought. I'd also love for everybody to comment if I really can be your daddy. Let me know. It's still an offer that's on the table.
Yeah, and I guess I just have one more question besides that to ask you is, what did the void say to you?